to cut through the red tape when dealing with long-term care insurance. Welcome to Home Care Insights with Ray of Sunshine Senior Care. I'm Cindy Ferris and I'm your host today. Many people don't fully utilize long-term care insurance, either from not understanding it, being unsure when to start using it, or just the frustration of dealing with a large insurance company. We've frequently seen it underused. I'm going to give you a few basics about understanding your long-term care insurance, and then we'll get some great tips on cutting through that red tape. First off, what is long-term care insurance? You or your loved one has probably been paying into it for many years. What it will do is it will cover assistance, generally at home or in a facility, with what's known as activities of daily living. I won't go into all of those details here, but just be familiar with that term and check in your policy. The policies will often define what those ADLs, that's activities of daily living, are and how many you need assistance with to qualify for coverage. Tip one, don't believe the insurance policy. That's our biggest tip of the day. You generally get within your first 2 to 3 pages of the policy, you'll get a summary of benefits. It's called different things with different insurers, but it will be a listing of key items, key terms. It generally provides coverage amounts. What it does not do is if there is an insurance rider on the policy, it does not give you current coverage. We've seen some people actually pull out their summary page from the 1980s. And so what that is saying is covered on a daily basis is dramatically different than what it's covered today. So you can give your insurance company a call. Of course, we all know how easy that is. And they'll send you out an updated statement with your current rate. Tip number 2, pay attention to the glossary and the definitions. One key definition you want to look at is the exclusion period. The exclusion period is a time where you generally have to be under services, so that would be private pay, until the policy kicks in. However, some policies may say if you have service like 2 to 3 days out of any 7-day period, you get a 7-day credit towards your exclusion period. And they can be 30, 90 days. It really varies based upon the policy, but do specifically look at that. Look for any things. They generally look back a year. So if you had any instances of care in the past year, you may be able to use that. Like I say, there may be some ways to use part-time care within the policy that will actually give you a lot more credit than you think. Tip number 3, check for a premium waiver. While I probably just gave you bad news in the last tip, and that you'll probably have to do a little bit of private pay during that exclusion period, if your policy has a premium waiver on it, once it goes into effect, so you are approved and receiving long-term care insurance covered services, you will no longer have to pay the policy on your premium. So, as promised before, here are 3 tips to help cut the red tape in dealing with long-term care insurance. 1, if you have a policy that you're not using, feel free to give us a call or your current home care company for a free policy review. We should go over all of those points I just mentioned and a few other key policy areas and can help you understand it. Tip 2, if you still want to give your insurance company a call, great. It's always good to talk to them. However, once again, feel free to reach out to us. We'll get on a conference call with you, or we'll come out and visit you if you're in the local area, and we can call them together. We can discuss these items with them. And once again, just make sure everybody has a clear understanding of what's going on. However, tip number 3, the easiest tip if you want to do it, you can sign paperwork with your insurance company to allow us or your current home care company to talk directly with them. So you can get that burden off of your plate, pass it on to your home care company. They, we, whomever you are working with, will keep you informed, and nothing would happen without your knowledge, but it saves you a lot of headaches and a lot of hassles. And we do this weekly, so why not just give it to somebody else? To learn more about long-term care insurance, go to rosdfw.com. Thanks for stopping by.